Hello, my name is Jim Mullany from Sitek Process Solutions. Today is Friday, June 19th, 2025. I hope everyone's getting ready for a nice summer. Today I'm doing a prior to shipment video source inspection of 4 each Sitek 2300F spin wrench dryers. This will be uploaded to our YouTube channel for our customer review, so we do not give their name out for privacy, but their PO number is P226918. The configuration of these systems is they are brush model 8-inch or 200 millimeter spin wrench dryers. They are fully CE marked. They'll be going over to Europe. This customer already has multiple Sitek of these systems spin wrench dryers, and part of some fab expansions and new fab is being built. They needed more spin wrench dryers. The options on this, the configuration is they have the EMO, which you can see here. They have the Sitek Slick Device F1, the most advanced control system available for any spin wrench dryer in the world. The rotors we have in there are for 8-inch, and they are for the Integris A192 ADM. We also have inserts, which you can see right here. This will downsize that rotor to run the Integris A182 60MB, which is a 6-inch or 150 millimeter wafer. Let me check on the options here. It says we have resistivity. I see the resistivity probe. On the back has the EMO also, the mushroom button. The options inside are anti-static. Let me just look. I can see that anti-static modules. And I'll look quickly on the back for all the resistivity. Okay, on the back we have our Sitek part label. This is a Sitek model 2300F. This one is SRD 1828. Each one is serialized, so there'll be a different serialization number on them. Manufacturing date was 6/2026, which would be June. And these are 220 volt systems, again going to Europe, so they're 220. I'll quickly review the process recipe, and then I'll start the process and talk about Sitek, what we have to offer. So I have a 40-second rinse, and then we have a purge for 10 seconds. The purge blows the water out of the N2 line so it doesn't drip back during the dry cycle. We have a dry one, which is a high RPM, that's 1800, and a dry 2 down to 450 RPM. Normally we do a longer dry 2. I've done it to 180 seconds to kind of expedite the videos because we're going to do 2 sets of videos. It turns out our facility pressure can only do 2. These have dual spray nozzles for the nitrogen, so our facilities can only do 2 at a time. So what I'm going to do is run the first 2. Why is that happening? I'll talk about what Sitek has to offer in our support structure. Then when they finish, I'll just run the next 2. We'll let the video watch them, and then I'll come at the end to end the video. Feel free, if you're watching this video, after the first 2 are done, you can probably bypass the next 6 minutes and go to the last 30 seconds or so of our video if you don't want to see the other 2 systems run, because quite honestly, it's boring watching them run. So the configuration is for 200 millimeter 8-inch. So simply, if a customer is running 8-inch, they load their cassette like a typical spin wrench dryer. Not a problem, it's how we do it all the time. However, this customer wants to run 2 sizes, a part of fab expansion and future growth. So let's say that they now want to run 6-inch. You take your 8-inch cassette out, and you simply install the Sitek insert or rotor adapter. People around the world call it different things. We call it an insert, but a lot of people refer to this as an adapter because it adapts to a different size. So we use both terminology. You simply slide it in. No tools necessary. 5 seconds is all it takes. Traditionally, customers would have to use take the rotors out, put them on the ground or on a table. They get banged against it. They lose their balance. Or they galled bolts and so forth. This actually streamlines all the work that the maintenance team has to do on the spin wrench dryers. Then you take your 6-inch cassette, simply load it. I already have the other wrench dryers loaded with their cassettes, so what I'll do again is I'll start these first 2, and then we'll move from there. On the Slick Device controller, green means we're running process, amber or yellow means we are idle, waiting to run process. At the end of the process, blue means unload me. And then after you unload me, then you will have, if there's red, if there's an alarm during the process, it would be red. Once you cleared the screen, you would go to the alarm screen, and you can see specifically what alarm that is and what troubleshooting do you have to do to fix that alarm or replace the part if necessary. Okay, so right now we're doing the rinse cycle. We're going to go into the purge. These brush motors, they're heavy rotors, so they have a little vibration as they go through the harmonic. There's always a harmonic going up and a harmonic going down. The SRDs run the best at 450 to 600 RPM, a low RPM range, and 1800 seems to be the sweet spot for most customers for no vibration. See, we're already at 1700. 1700. So why these are running, because you're really not going to be able to see anything else now, I'll talk about our support. At Sitek, we're the #1 supplier, we believe, of non-OEM spare parts in the world for semi-tool and Vertec spinner and dryers. When I say and Vertec, we purchased the Vertec product line approximately 10 years ago, so we are the OEM for Vertec and all of the spare parts and repairs around the world. We offer support on the typical S models. That it looks just like this, but uses a brushless motor. The F model, which these systems are, that use a brushless motor. And then the traditional ST units. In fact, we do a lot of parts and a lot of repairs for those. We have lots of customers that send us their systems in for refurbishment. Every week we have multiple systems being sent to our facility. We are a high throughput facility. We do a lot of spin rinse dryers. Every Friday there's usually at least 4 or 5, and there's multiple SRDs waiting, I can see, as soon as these come offline, to go into final test. We have a new final test area that's 3 times bigger, but we're in the middle of, we just did a source inspection on one of our wet processing equipment for chemical distribution, and we're in the middle of refurbishing and building some of our box and wafer cleaners, which I'll go in a second. Okay, so spin rinse dryers, we offer spare parts, service repair, on-site service, send us your parts to repair, anything and everything on those product lines. If you go to our website at sitekprocess.com, you can search under the spin rinse dryers. We have it breaking down by spare parts, by rotors, by repairs needed. Every page will have a contact sales where you can get pricing from us or just contact us to ask questions. Sitek, we are full service. Any customer that buys any product from us, no matter when they did it or how they did it, even if it's $1, they receive unlimited phone support and email support on any of their problems. Excuse me. So, on the semi-tool spin rinse dryers and Vertec rinse dryers, we believe we're one of the #1 support, if not the #1 support company in the world. For our wet processing lines, which I kind of alluded to, we do a full line of wet sinks and auxiliary equipment that goes along with it. What I just talked about, we have a chemical distribution system that the customer was up here last week doing the source inspection on it. That utilizes 2 55-gallon drums for a piranha process. But we have multiple configurations. We can do smaller vessels, 1-gallon containers, etc. We do vertical laminar flow, which is kind of a normal terminology, VLF. We do fume hoods, we do stainless steel, 4910, etc. All of the traditional processes. We can do any kind of baths. We can do quartz baths, Teflon baths, poly baths, QDRs, which is a quick dump rinser, overflow DI baths, etc. All our products are designed with the Sitek Slick Device technology. This software technology goes to all the products I'm about to discuss. The reason why it's so important is for maintenance. Our tools are really designed around maintenance. The operators tend to hit start, hit stop, and have to move the wafers. Maintenance has to work on machines. So, if you go to our alarm screen on any of our tools, it looks the same. You have the same icon. If you look to the process menu, they're, if not exactly the same, they're very close because different tools have a different process. Logging into our back end of our software for manual mode to run valves, etc., motors to do testing, all have the same feel and function. So it's our Slick Device across the board. We've already designed all of our, for wet processing equipment, every wet sink obviously is a little bit custom, so it gets a one-time custom software, but the base software is the Slick Device technology. Besides our wet processing equipment, We do box and wafer cleaners, scrubbers. Excuse me, box and wafer cleaners. So that would be the Integris HTC product line. Those box washers and cassette washers, they can do multiple size processes. Okay. Oh, that process was a little fast. Okay, I'll finish up. And we have the full slick device on there. We offer both refurbished and brand new box washers. We're actually going to be starting next week building a couple brand new ones, and we have 2 already, plus a 3rd one that's going to go through the refurbishment process for customers. Rounding out our wet processing is the mask and wafer scrubbers. Those are the single wafer systems. The Ultra T, K&S, Ultra Tech, etc. We offer for masks, we have step chucks for multiple mask sizes with no tools needed for wafer change out, much like the insert, etc. Kind of rounding off our product line is we do a lot of photolithography equipment, especially pumps. We do IDI, millipore, cyborg pumps. People send us their pumps for repair. We do full pump packages. I know that we just received an order for a couple millipore that are being shipped overseas. I received an order today for a cyborg controller, so we do quite a lot on that. Let me go ahead and check the substrates here. To clear the screen when it says successful process, you can open the door, which I just did. That's why it's amber. You can clear it up here, or you can just hit clear down here. I'll do it a couple different ways. Okay, nice and warm, look great. And this one I'll clear by the screen. There we go, here we go. Looks good. What I'll do is I will start these next 2 systems, finalize about our product's support, and then I'll finish up the video. Let's just make sure the wafers are there. Good. Good. There we go. Alrighty. So one of the things that we've been doing quite a lot more over the last year, specifically in the last 18 months, much more field service for customers. We've been doing customers that have the Integris or Floorware box washers. That's the HTC family I alluded to. We've been going out doing we have a software slick device upgrade, taking the old Omron controllers out, putting the new technology in. We have all the spare parts, all the replacement parts, everything is needed for those systems. In fact, we go out every 2 weeks, it seems like, over the last few months at customer sites. We also do quite a lot of customer PMs. We go down there and do repairs or PMs. What we found is as people retire out, the knowledge base on tools is limited, and you find that customers in the past who had a good maintenance team that could handle a lot of the stuff sometimes need our support, and we're more than happy to go out and do that. We try to always help the customer over the phone or over emails to do it themselves. We on our website, if you'll look under we call it Sitek EDU, we have many how-to videos on how to fix parts on your machine. If you need a door sill replaced, you can go to our video and watch it. If you want to replace the window, you can go to our website and see that. You can see motor repairs, amp repairs or replacements, how to replace heater blankets, how to do ACR. We do that to try to empower our customers to be able to handle the work on their own tools so they can optimize their own process and downtime as necessary. Any customers that happen to be in the greater Sacramento area, we welcome them to come by and see our manufacturing site. At Sitek, we have, at this site here, we have 15,000 square feet. We're lucky enough to purchase both of our buildings over the years, so that's very good. We also have about a 5,000 square foot warehouse down the street, which we store a lot of other equipment. We do quite a lot, actually, of Integris cassettes. As customers change wafer size, etc., we go in and get their purchase their inventory, and you'll see on our website, again, at sitekprocess.com, a lot of different cassettes. You can do the Integris cassettes, the EPAC cassettes. We can sell you brand new EPAC cassettes, etc. One of the things you'll also notice that you'll see, it's called custom cassettes. We now are doing a lot of work on doing custom cassettes for customers. Traditional semiconductor has round substrates, round and then square mass. But we have customers that run a 50 by 40 millimeter substrate. Well, they run a 102 millimeter round substrate. So we can actually design fabricated cassettes for them out of poly or Teflon. And for customers that have a little higher throughput, usually about 20 cassettes or more of PFA, we actually build full molds and can build them brand new cassettes off our design, our engineering team's design. So with a customer, you can buy a custom cassette, buy a wet sink that goes to that cassette, and we size the bags accordingly. You can buy our spin rinse dryer that goes next to the rinser dryer. You can have the custom rotor that we can build to match our cassette. Then when your cassettes get dirty, you can go ahead and use our box washers to clean all your cassettes and boxes. And when your mask and your photo area are dirty, you can use a high pressure cleaner to clean the photoresist off those. So we offer a full line. Our slogan at Sitek is we make dry in a breeze. It's really cleaning and drying, but the final product is dry. With Sitek, we try to say dry in, dry out. That's what we try to focus on, is how we do work here at Sitek and kind of what our team is. We have about a minute and a half left. That one I left it at 300 seconds, so actually I have about 2 or 3 minutes on that one. My mistake, sorry. I minimized the process time on 3 of them. We offer, as you see, a full line. In the United States, if you need sales or technical support, we have dedicated outside salespeople in the East Coast, Central United States, and Dallas area. We have direct sales, outside sales in the West Coast, and we have multiple inside customer service salespeople for all your spare parts and repair needs. We have our international distributors and reps. We have certain countries we handle ourselves, and we also have an inside international spare parts and service manager that can support all of our international customers. So we have a pretty good flow of supporting our customers throughout the world. This one's got 40 seconds left, and this one has a little bit longer. What I'm going to do is, instead of forcing you to watch the last 2 minutes, I will go ahead and when this is finished, you can click next on this button here if you want to go to the next step. I'll do that because the system will be ready and you don't have to wait for the extra 2 minutes to watch it. As soon as this one hits 15 seconds, I'll hit next over here, because otherwise we'd have 2 minutes to wait around and do nothing. Close enough. Next. Okay, that one's going to start breaking now. In fact, you will get, I'll show you, okay, that they're both breaking. I'll check these wafers very quickly. Okay, alrighty. And both just finished. Okay, I heard a release. Okay, so alarm's on, red. That's because the system wants to warn you that somebody hit next. You did not finish the process automatically. Whenever you interrupt the process anywhere, you'll get an alarm screen. That alarm is data logged for the maintenance team to pull out exactly what happened. We found that most operators, if there's an error, they don't really know what the error was, and the time the maintenance person comes over, it's cleared. So they can go to the data log and see all of the errors. In fact, in this case, next button was pushed. I'll clear that error, and that'll clear that. Alrighty. And we have, again, that error screen for every aspect of the spin rinse dryer. Looks great. That's why we promote our software systems across our product line, our maintenance team's dream. They're the ones that love our software more than anybody. Okay, this one only had a few wafers in. Looks great. Okay, that will conclude my video source inspection of 4 Sitek 23F spin rinse dryers that both process 150 and 200 millimeter wafers. Again, these will be going over to Europe. They are fully CE marked. Today, again, is Friday, June 19th, 2026. This video should be uploaded to the customer by Monday night. Once they give us our acceptance, we'll get these created and get them off to Europe. And then I'll be more than happy to go see the customer and assist them in a startup on one of my European trips. Again, my name is Jim Mullany from Sitek Process Solutions. If you need to call us, our number is 916-797-9000, or again, just go to sitekprocess.com and you can contact us there. Thank you.